What's up, everybody? This is Storm here, and I'm bringing another gaming news video. We have a couple of small news that happened, and a pretty big one that happened over the course of the past 2 days. Without further ado, let's talk about it. Our first set of news, it comes from Square Enix. After the confirmation of the Kingdom Hearts Missing Link mobile game has been delayed to an unknown date for next year, Square Enix have announced that Final Fantasy XIV will be going to mobile on Apple and Android phones, which is very surprising since Final Fantasy XIV basically everywhere: PC, PlayStation, Xbox. So far, the only is not on is on the Switch. But I have a feeling that could be a thing in the coming future, especially with the Switch 2. But anyway, registration is going up for the game, I believe, and we got a little bit of extra info from Famitsu. They have reported saying that the game will be free to play. You get to play the whole story of Final Fantasy XIV, and there's no gacha stuff in the game, which is very surprising and stuff. So I honestly believe that you would need some type of subscription, or there will be some type of gacha mechanic in the game. But so far, they said there will be no gacha, and the game is optimized for mobile devices. So that's pretty cool. But I wonder, will the game work if you have the backbone for your phone, so you could play it like you're using a controller? I think if it has that kind of thing, I believe this thing will be going crazy. Especially you can play Final Fantasy XIV on the go. I played a lot of Final Fantasy XIV like a couple of years back. The last DLC, or the last expansion I played from it, was Endwalker. I did not play the latest one that came out. I don't know if I will ever get back into it, since I missed so much, and try to keep track of all that. It definitely does make my head hurts, but we'll just wait and see what happens with that. Alright, on to our next bit of news that comes from PlayStation when it comes to the PS Portal. The PlayStation Portal have gotten its biggest update to date, which is now you'll be able to use your PS Portal and play your games by using the cloud streaming system. And what that means, you will not need your PS5 to play your games that you have on your PlayStation Plus subscription. So right now, I believe it's either yesterday or the day before, you can actually register to take part in the beta right now. But this is a huge step, especially for people who are still on the fence for the PS Portal. But now that you're able to play your games through PlayStation Plus cloud streaming, I think that's a big step. News say it is running the streaming games at 1080p 60. So that is basically a big improvement. I think overall, I think it's going to get to the point that they'll update the PS Portal that it would be eventually play your game natively, like you're on the system. But of course, we gotta wait and see. Or possibly this could lead them to get making like a dedicated handheld because of the success of the PS Portal. But we'll see what happens when we get to there. Alright, on to our last big huge news that come from Sony once again. One of the bigger news that happened, Sony is actually in talks to purchase Kadokawa. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Basically, it is the parent company to a lot of anime shows. Like, I believe one of them is like Sword Art Online and a couple of others. But for gaming wise, it is the parent company for Firm Software, the creators of the Souls games. Their latest one is Elden Ring. So I've been seeing this being talked about, and I see two sides to it. Some people say it's a bad thing if Sony buy them because it will be a big old, like, on the line monopoly of when it comes to anime in general. And for gaming wise, people don't like the idea that potentially if Sony do buy them, they gonna have like the sign on PSN for PC users to play Elden Ring or any future Firm Software game, and they will most likely make it exclusive to have it only on PC and PlayStation, and basically cut Xbox out of that. That is a strong possibility that could happen if they buy it, but I'm not really sure about that. But knowing Sony, even though Xbox don't really is not trying to compete with them anymore when it comes to consoles, Sony still see them as a basically a competition between them and Xbox. So they would do everything in their power to make sure Xbox stay down, which should not be a surprise to anyone. These how the companies should be acting to one another. Like, of course, they can have that moment they're on stage together with one another. But when it comes to try to get customers to buy your product, there needs to be a competition, in my opinion. But yeah, PlayStation is in talks to buy them. The parent company actually did came out with a statement saying that Sony sent them a letter that they're want to purchase them, but they said as of right now, nothing hasn't, like, there's no confirmation that they are gonna sell to PlayStation. They're basically the talks are just happening. So they said they will release a statement of what happened when the time is right. So we just gotta wait and see how will that happen. But funny enough, at the time of this recording, a rumor came out saying that the parent company actually came to Sony to be purchased to avoid some type of hostile takeover from another company called from a whole other company. So it's like, I don't believe the rumor since it's just a rumor. And the other one is the parent company actually gave out a statement saying that nothing is happening yet. So we just gotta wait and see how that turns out. Me personally, if they buy them or not, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't really play that much Soul games in general. I do watch anime, but it's a very small handful of anime I'm watching right now. So it will be interesting to see if what happens on social media if this deal goes through. And of course, some people try to say the PlayStation gamers are excited for this, but they were upset when Microsoft was buying publishers. So it's too, in my opinion, those two are not comparable because Xbox bought two whole publishers. Sony is buying a parent company that they already have stakes into them, and I don't really see Sony buying them and Xbox buying Activision, Blizzard, and Bethesda in the same ballpark, in my opinion. But like I said, I don't take part in a console war, but it is funny to see the reaction to stuff. It is entertainment to me. So, but what do you guys think? You think Sony is the deal is gonna go through? If Sony buys them, will you be okay with it or will you hate it? And leave a comment if you feel otherwise. I would love to hear your opinion on it. So that is the small info that came out for the past 2 days. Is very small. Hopefully some bigger news come out, but since it's by the end of the year, the next set of big news is most likely going to come from around the Game Awards, so keep a lookout for that. I will be talking about the games that were announced during that event and how I feel about the event. If you want to know this, check out my last video. I talk about the Game of the Year nominee choices and my opinion on one of the announced games that was at the chosen to be a Game of the Year nominee. So with that being said, this is Storm, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoy your day, and peace out.